Welcome back to Waxing Poetically About Nothing, humans.
Hello, humans.
This is episode 10.
Yeah.
We are excited to bring you this. We got a lot of big things coming up. And I'm going to start today's podcast off with a few questions I have for everyone. Some thought-provoking questions. Corry, you're first.
Okay.
What do you believe stands between you and complete happiness?
Nothing.
Nothing stands between you and complete happiness.
Yep.
You've already achieved it?
Pretty much. My kids and my wife has basically completed my happiness. Yeah, that's like the pinnacle. That was like the peak. I don't think I've ever could be that happy. More than that. Ever. You know, of course I can make accomplishments in my life, and that I probably would be, that'd be like the peak of my life. But no, my kids, that's probably true happiness. That's probably the best I can explain it.
Do you ever feel yourself falling off of it? Like straying from that complete happiness?
Sometimes, because sometimes I'll get busy working and training and stuff, and then like I'll be like drained from everything, and then I need my family to kind of be like my pick me up. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So they kind of like reboot me. You know what I'm saying? I know that's crazy to say, but like when I'm hanging out with my kids, my family, they kind of just allow me to calm down and get back to normal. For me, it's like consistency. For me, it's like home. You know, you get that home feeling. So.
What about you, Shawn? What stands between you and complete happiness?
Nothing.
You and a Honda CBR 1000?
You
full
make
tank of
yourself
gas.
happy.
We'll take the gas.
I'm happy as fuck every time I'm laying split and doing 140. It's like that adrenaline rush. It's like, I am the one.
Yeah. I don't understand that feeling.
No. Well, you don't need to be on a bike of all people.
No, I'd be
We
like,
don't need you on
tree.
a tree. Yeah.
You know that feeling in a different way. Like you get that from fighting.
Oh yeah.
Some
that's
sort of like
a serious
adrenaline.
adrenaline, yeah.
Like thrill, that sort of thing.
What stands between you and complete happiness?
Really? The after effect of fighting, is that where you get that from?
I think the achievement of the fight is more, oh my gosh, adrenaline for me than actually the fight. When I fought, I feel so relaxed when I'm fighting. I don't have to get like, ooh, all amped up. At first I had to like try to amp myself up, just get me kind of in the game, but no, I don't do that. So yeah, afterwards.
That's fair.
I felt it afterwards.
That's good. Alright, well, Shawn, this is your question. Start now. When you're 90 years old, what is going to matter most to you?
I don't have kids, but had I taught my kids how to be an adult and how to cope with life and how to understand that like bad things happen to good people and you have to move on and make the best out of it. And I would have hoped that by 90 I would have visited at least 50 other countries.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things.
So I visited quite a few countries. I'm like, by the time I'm 90, I would want to get that up to 50.
Yeah, by the time 90, you want to see 90% of the world. That'd be great.
That's legit.
That'd be awesome.
That last 10%, you're like, yeah, that's a shitty part. I need to see that.
Yeah, it's all desert. It's snow.
Yeah, you see one that
It's
it's
cold.
off.
It's too cold for me. I'm not David Attenborough out there. Like the South Pole. It's like this is the coldest forest on the planet. The wind here is that of a hurricane. And he's just like freezing at 84.
even fucking, it's so cold.
Nobody loves each other down here. It's a cold ass place.
No, but Zack, what do you think's going to matter most to you when you're 90?
I think like if I make it to 90, that's the point like you made earlier. If I make it to 90,
Achievement in its own.
yeah, like whatever I decide at that point to be like, okay, this to me is what's made me feel fulfilled in my life. Like I felt like I'm not gonna say completed my journey or like just whatever I feel at that point where I'm like, all right, I've had a good life. I feel fulfilled in like my work, my adventures, my family life, all that kind of shit. That's what's gonna matter to me. And I like what you said about the kids, because I do have a kid. So like, I want to like really be at 90 going, my kid and my grandkids, they got a good head about them. So
Yeah.
that's good. They're fucking productive members of society in a way.
I want
You
to be
did your
able to
part.
say like
Yeah.
I left on a good legacy of good,
Yeah.
like children that will do good and continue like to
Move us
filter
in
that down,
positive
move
direction.
humanity in a positive
Yeah.
direction. Because there's a bunch of like shitty people out there.
What do you think, man?
Well,
What's gonna matter most to you when you're 90?
oh man, come on now.
Mm.
I have 3 daughters.
No.
I do martial arts. So
You want to be like Elio at 90?
man, I'm just saying, like, there's so
Flipping
many,
motherfuckers still.
there's so many things that I could never think that far ahead in my life.
Okay.
I couldn't even think I'd make it that far. I didn't even think I made it this far. When I hit 25, I was like, holy crap, we made it. I swear everybody had a bet. They were like, he reached
We
21.
gotta pay taxes now. We made it. We're adults.
Congratulations, you're getting fucked.
Right? Oh man.
But I think literally as soon as I got like 21, it was just like, holy crap, I actually made it to 21. And then all my stuff just kind of stopped. I'm like, what am I going to do now? That's how when I started getting serious and just thinking more seriously then about, things that were going on.
Like, I wish I thought about that earlier. I thought
Dude.
I had that thought at 25. I was like,
No,
oh,
I
man,
started thinking
25.
like that, but it was a little late.
Yeah.
It was just, when you're already like, knee deep in shit, you just got to get your way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit's sticky.
Chest deep in it. Yeah, I know.
I feel like I'm waist deep sometimes.
Yeah. Can't move at all.
I just feel like that's just part of life, though.
Which
Being out of control.
Well, Zach, your question starting out is, what would you change if you were told with 100% certainty that God does exist, or if you're a believer? If you're a believer and you're told He doesn't exist,
With all certainty.
with
So,
all certainty. what
either
would
way,
change?
because I'm more agnostic, so if I was told either way with 100% certainty, let's say, take for instance, like your original question, if He was real, I think how I determine what I would do after that would be based off of his temperament. Like, what is he like? All right, we know He exists, right? So does He interact with us? Do my actions make Him mad, happy? Is He going to give me help in life? Can I rely on Him more?
You've already known this. You've already had this option.
Huh?
The Bible tells you that.
Well, no,
what
he
he's
said
gonna
God.
say.
He didn't say a Christian.
Is it going to be
God.
too late when we find
You
out?
think that's what it's saying about a man-made book?
No, I'm just saying. I'm asking you the question of what you're talking about. Like, is it going to be in the counterspect? Is it going to be like the end of the days and then we find out, or is it going to be just like we find out?
What if Krishna just came down from the sky? It was just like, hey, what's up? We are real. Or what if it was Allah? Well, don't even take like the Christian or the Judeo God out of it. Like, what if it was some other like of the 3,000
They would
gods
shoot
worship?
that dude.
like a bird or a snake god from like the fucking Aztecs come fucking
we got
coming
one.
down. Yeah, Quetzalcoatl, like
We got an
Cthulhu or some shit.
unidentified object flying in the radar.
What if it was like Cthulhu? Like,
Yeah, what would you do if Cthulhu came down? You're not shooting that fucking bird because he's just gonna be like, like shit, thunder and lightning on you. So I'm saying it depends on what the guy's gonna be like.
I'm sorry.
If it's one of those guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna hug my family and be like, yo, let's spark this fucking joint up and watch this shit go down. Like, fuck it. Hey, party at my house. End of the world party.
I just think, I don't know about that. I think that.
What would you? I mean,
I would go to figure out a way of how I'm gonna take care of this. What do you mean?
what do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you gotta take care of?
What do you? Have to
What does that
fight
really
it?
change? What does it
You gotta
really
figure out a
change?
way to fight it. You gotta figure out a way to win. You can't just like say, "Oh, we're all screwed."
Okay, this is like the Tom Cruise of
Be out there in the middle.
But it's a deity, it's a god. He exists on a plane
You
of
don't know
reality.
that. You don't know nothing about that. But that means if he exists, you don't know what else exists.
That's true.
Find
Yeah.
your way.
We
bro.
would have to start
You
questioning
gotta
a
start
lot.
looking. Because if that's true, there may be other truths.
Yeah, but it's going to be truths that we're not accustomed to and have no like real understanding or how to.
Because if
deal
we're
with.
completely screwed, I'm just gonna be with my family and love my family and hope for the best.
Yeah, my actions are going to. It's going to be very dependent.
Say
on
if
what
you
would
ripped my
unfold.
fucking roof off and I'm just sitting there shit.
Think about it. Think about like.
Fuck Subway.
Think about a 10,000 foot tall God just coming in and like him reaching up with his little. Or it wouldn't be little. There's nothing small about that man.
He'd be met with an AR.
You're moving the ball, and all you would see is like part of his eyeball just looking at you.
AR in his eyeballs.
Like, he's like impervious to bullets and shit. He's omnipotent. He's omnipotent. Like he
I have
knows
no idea
everything.
what this
Omnipotent means like.
No, I mean. Like,
Omnipotent means.
Sorry.
I don't know how we got here.
what kind of? Who are you talking about? Like,
I wouldn't.
Okay, hold on. Can we get back to the original question?
That's
How would I change my actions? My actions would be dependent on what God
Right.
presented itself to be real.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And so,
Okay. I would be like, if it was 100% real, I'd be like, so dude, hey, did you in these couple situations help me? Or like, was
Okay.
that just like random?
Can we even
events?
ask him questions?
If he's cool, I definitely got some questions of my own too. Like, yeah,
what if
let's
it's
talk
just
about it.
like
Like, when I
computer
dodged
computation
death
talk and you don't understand it?
Centimeters.
No physical form.
How do you know it's God then, man?
Exactly. See.
Might be
yes,
fucking
exactly.
aliens.
Welcome to
Ooh.
philosophy
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, of course.
and theology.
Of course, but you can always do that find and replace with certain technologies and words and in the Bible. Like, you change God with the word,
Love.
the programmer. No.
Oh,
change with
yeah, that.
Remember that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Okay.
yeah. And you do that and you start building a whole matrix language code within the Bible, and you can do that and it would apply too. You know, did you save me here? Was that you doing that? You know, did you save me at the near death spot?
Well, you
Or
thought
what were
about this
thinking
for a
about?
while. I mean,
Well,
I
math
don't
is
know.
like math is a universal language, right? Like you could take an
Yeah.
equation here from the United States into the most basic third world countries, and you could take it to their highest learning institution and be like, here's an equation, work that out. And if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Like it's a universal language. Like a lot of languages are based off of numbers and like math and shit. Like what does that got to do with anything? But it has to do with everything.
Mm.
Like shit's weird.
You find that everywhere.
What if it is a fucking program? What if we're all in a simulation right now?
That's what I'm thinking.
well, if you ask me, what I would do if
Right. But go ahead.
hello, Sam. All right. See me down here trying to last crack on me.
That was hilarious.
Well, my point is,
got a couple
well, if he finished what he said, I'll crack the other knee.
I know.
You still got one good one.
You still got a good one and a couple 2 ankles we can use.
They hurt too.
What would you do?
Yeah.
What would you do if it really was like the God that you already believe in? What would you do? Like, would you change anything? Because you're basically already living your life, like you said, to that, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, but not all the way. I still, of course, there's no one perfect person. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
So you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do bad. It's just the way of human nature, man. You're gonna do that, even though you know that you shouldn't. Now the thing is that the problem is that I don't forgive myself. I don't repent for it. I don't sit there and say, I don't recognize it. I don't
Okay.
try to change it knowing that it's a problem. Now that's basically the difference. If I'm living a Christian life, I'm trying to change myself for all good all the time, no matter what. Because I gave myself to a covenant to God that I'm going to try to better myself and not sin, not do anything. But everybody's going to do that.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen, and then when you mistake, that's my problem. Like, dude, I gotta ultimately guilt trip myself. Like, if I was fully religious person, and then the next thing you know, something happened. You know how my life goes. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing you know, something happens, and then I'm in a bad situation, and I do wrong, and I think it's wrong, but I don't really think it's wrong. Then, you know what I'm saying? But it is wrong statistically.
Morally, it's
You know what I'm
wrong.
saying? But morally, it's not wrong. Because to my point, I don't feel like it's wrong because I've done it my whole life. And then there'll be a point where I'm not supposed to be doing it. That's not good. Those kind of things, like drinking alcohol. You're not supposed to drink alcohol at all.
I think you can drink.
And so,
alcohol.
yeah.
You're not. The point is to try to better yourself, not to be drinking to get drunk and drinking to do that. Is
Of
what I'm
course.
saying.
Well, yeah, back then they drank wine because you didn't have fresh water.
Yeah,
so wine was just widely accepted.
Don't drink to get drunk. Is my
Indulgence,
point.
like,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can drink, but don't drink to get drunk.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I do drink to get drunk. So the point is that.
But you don't do it every day. So
Well,
it's
no, not even exactly. But it's not even that I don't do it every day. So if I did it, it would be on my mind for like 3 months. That damn, there was that one time if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I would
Like
think
if
like
God's
that.
real, like, oh, is he gonna come kill
Yeah,
me?
is he
Yeah,
gonna
but,
be pissed?
but you're
Like-
Christian though. You believe like the Christian doctrine is like he's a forgiving God.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, as soon
The
as
New
like,
Testament.
well, yeah, well, he's saying he's a Christian.
But I don't really think it's about that. I think
Old
it's about
Testament,
me.
he was
It's not really
ruthless.
about
That's
him.
good God.
It's about me.
His real
I'm like,
God.
I agree with him. I think both religion and self-awareness both have an underlying quality of guilt on you, in you,
Yeah.
just because it may
Damn,
it's
yeah,
a
for
driving
sure.
force
Yeah.
to make you want to do better, regardless
saying.
of your ideology.
So when you mistake in that, you have a real bad mistake, or you have a downfall in that, dude. It's really hard to get out of, like, pick you up from that point, because that's like your everything.
Yeah.
You're getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody has a faith because, well, not everybody, but most people have a faith because it's that, and this is getting real. That's that thing they fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Your
that thing, like,
support
if
system.
they can't go to anything else, then they got nothing else,
They
they
go
turn
to
to
this
God.
one thing. Yeah.
And God makes everything better. Somebody dies, you turn to God. You get
Something
what I'm
good
saying?
happens, you turn to God.
Something really good happens, you thank God. Oh, thank you, God. Or, oh my God. You notice that. So you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, for
That's,
sure.
that's my point. So,
I think that's a good thing about religion, though. Yeah, I think that's a good thing about religion, though, because like most people follow religion not because they want to do the bad things that are associated with that, but because they want to better themselves to better their environment around them. Like,
so true.
yeah, so like I don't
operating
have that.
system.
Like that's important to
Well,
people.
too, but people don't believe in that because they listen to the little bitty bullshit and then they'll take it all out of the
It's the
spectrum.
grand.
Oh, I can't do this. Oh, that's
message.
against religion. No, I'm not going to listen to religion. I'm like, dude, but all the morals behind this is like, and all the if you live your life this way, you would have a successful, good life just based off of that alone.
Of course, everybody points out the
If you
inherent
ever
flaws in religion. It's easy to see where religion's wrong.
But why are you
quick
nitpicking?
off, you know.
The thing is, you're
You
sitting
gotta
there
talk about
spending
both.
so much time nitpicking than worrying about.
That's
You're worried about the wrong shit. Worry about yourself.
And
Does that apply to
everyone
you?
has that human quality in them. There's 100 tiles. 99 of them are perfectly laid out, but that one tile is not straight. It's crooked. You're going to fixate on that one tile. It's a human quality in all of us.
We may not.
It's even
like,
in some animals.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, we're not. There's no one perfect human, no one perfect person. But I think another human quality is like we always are striving to be perfect or as great as we
Most
can be.
people.
No.
Well, as like a grand whole of society. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be here
Pause.
with all this shit.
Well, as a grand whole society, yes. But how many people do you know, literally, you know from
Too
our
many.
high school, taken from our high school, who are really doing something potentially successful with their life? Or that now, how many do you see on a daily basis that are not?
It's hard
I
to,
say
it's
that
hard to
outweighs
describe what
itself.
successful
It's true.
is, because successful could just be me, married with
Okay,
kids
excuse
and
me,
happy
excuse me.
life.
When I say successful, you have a roof over your head, a car, you're going to work. You're being successful. I don't think rich is
Yeah.
successful. I mean,
Well,
if
then in
you're-
that case, the numbers jump up quite
if you're paying your bills and you're feeding your kids and you're taking care of yourself and you're going to work every day and you're paying those things, you're successful. Congratulations.
I think
Welcome to it. And if shit happens and you go broke and that's when everything goes, that's normal people. Everybody has that shit happen, and then you ask for help and then you get help, and then sometimes you get help and sometimes you don't. You got to grind your ass off and make sure you get some help.
Yeah.
That's the truth. You think about
Sometimes
it?
people handouts and nah, I got this.
See, you can take handouts, but because everybody's got to have help. You know what I'm saying? But
At some point, for sure.
at one point in their life, it's okay. That's part of it. That's part of the hustle. That's part of the grind. That's part of it.
Yeah, but if you don't have that hustle, you don't have that grind. You don't
You're gonna
build
fade.
yourself as a person, as an individual.
But that's what I'm saying. You have to always try to do some self-development, some making yourself better. Because if you're not thinking that way, you'll never get out of the position you're in. You'll just continue doing whatever you do because you're not thinking of any way to get out of it. You think nothing's wrong with it. This is just okay.
Well, a lot of the times when we have that problem that you're talking about, our view, tends to shrink and we put blinders on and try and focus on one thing when really what we should be doing is trying to focus on the whole picture.
Yeah.
And seeing how this problem, if I solve this, it'll help these 3 other problems that I have going on here. If your management of your access.
I think it boils down to people who are close-minded. And what I mean by close-minded and not weak-minded, I was going to say that because close-minded people just don't see the future. They don't think 8 years down the road. They don't think 10 years down the road. They think like, okay, I'm just To do the same thing.
To the next week.
And nobody, and I do this because this is something I do personally. But every year, me and my wife get together and we write down a list of goals that we want to achieve throughout the year. Our yearly goals.
That's legit as fuck.
So my thing is, I write them down. And right now, I got okay, I want to fight 4 fights this year, right? I already got one down. I already achieved one of my goals. Hey man, I'm feeling pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of a way to look at your life like, I'm progressing. I'm doing good. You know how like in a video game, man, I just got to get 13 more XP before I get to this. I got to get one more fight before I hit 4 before my... That's how I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. So it kind of I set myself up for success. Because I want to grind to do more, to do better, to achieve better, to be better. You see what I'm saying? But you got to kind of confuse yourself because yourself gets lazy. You get to a point where you're like, I don't want to do none of this shit. I don't want to get up and go train, 2 times a day, 2 hours at a time. And then go to work in between that and then, sit at a desk and make sure all the phone's going on, talk to all these people, and get in the car and drive all the way down. It's pouring fucking rain, it's sunshine, how Houston is. But it's like bipolar weather and shit. But I do it because I also love it. There's a point of view that's you do it because you have to do it, but because to be better, I have to do it. You get what I'm saying? But it just, there's a part of you that's yeah, I want to do it too. Trust me, I'm I need to wrestle. I need to do my shit. Well, what else? You got any other questions?
Nah, that's it for today. Let's go ahead and move on to Zack's topic.
Yeah, you were transitioning well into your topic. What do you got?
Your work pretty.
Well, my topic, man, I'm just gonna hit my topic for a little bit. I don't want to go deep into it because it touches a lot of different people and a lot of things. Because I got even a conversation online about it. And I wasn't talking about what that person was talking about. Okay, but I'll get into that in a minute. State, it's a mental disability for them. They're already going to do it if they ever hit that point. It's destined and it's in their DNA. Okay, hold on. That's what somebody's told me. I'm going to pause. I do not believe that, or I don't know that, so I didn't want to argue that, but that's not what I was talking about. I'm talking about the people that are going through their lives and then they're like, you know what? And then they're just not happy with themselves because they're really not trying to better themselves, but they're blaming their lives and their negative lives on everybody else. And then they don't really try to make themselves better, then they commit suicide, and then everybody around them goes negative, and then other people will commit suicide. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of things like that can happen. And you get what I'm saying to people.
Yeah.
And it could have been avoided because, and the point of all, I'm not going to go into deep into all that. All I'm going to say is right here. If this person would have not thought short term and long term like I do, and the way that I plan on thinking always at a long term rate, this would have been so short. It would have been over with soon. 2-3 months of pain. Oh, okay, then time heals everything. You get what I'm saying? There's some things that linger for. You have people that'll happen to people that'll go on for years and years and years. Now I understand those things, and that's a different situation, but I still think it's a choice. And that's why I say it's closed-minded, because you are not thinking to better yourself at that point either. You're still stuck on the past. And if you're stuck on the past, you can never see the future. That's my point. So if these people were never seeing the future, they're never going to get ahead.
That's
what I'm saying. But these people are committing suicide, giving up before they even... Just because they're stuck on the past. Never make...
I don't necessarily think it's also...
Never make a long-term solution for a temporary problem, is what I'm trying to say. Don't do that.
I agree with you. I think most people that commit suicide don't think about long term. I'm not gonna say most. I think some maybe even do think long term, and they're like, well, if it's shit now, it's gonna be shit later too. Fuck it. And I also think sometimes it can be hard for people in those moments to think positive to long term effects or outcomes, because they're like, it's just so bad right now. How am I going to think positive about the future with the president shit as well?
Well,
maybe they try, maybe we'll get better.
But that's what
it's just keeps getting bad every day of your life.
But what makes it bad is them. They're allowing their life to be that way.
What if they're trying to do it for a higher goal?
What, make their life shittier for a higher goal?
No, to leave behind a legacy, an untouched legacy. There's a certain idea of becoming the best you can be and ending it there.
That's why some people remember you as that and nothing, any of your faults afterwards.
You're talking about a guy who commits
Some
suicide.
people do that, yeah.
Like a Jimi Hendrix or a Janis Joplin or any one of the Forever 27 Club.
I
27 or
I
29?
think Jimi Hendrix was murdered.
Forever 27.
Conversation for a different time.
Probably. But
That's crazy.
you know what I mean? You ended at the peak, like a Mitch Hedberg or someone. Like
Right.
You
I get
ended
what you're
there,
saying.
So you don't see the
Like
downfall,
Marilyn
or
Monroe.
you know what I mean.
So,
Suicide's a motherfucker, man.
but that's what I'm saying. There's also, I guess, a whole nother side that has to do with depression and anxiety. That's a total leading factor to suicide that I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the other part, that people are making a logical decision to kill themselves, and it's like, because they like don't really understand until it's too late.
But what if it's what they want?
Being young too, because your prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed, so your impulse control's not there.
You're just
Your
not understanding the
full
situation.
capabilities of like cognitive reason's not fully there, so they're not making sound judgments in which could be construed as like, well, they are kind of having mental illness because they're not making logical decisions. These sort of semantics could be fucking argued. That's
And then no matter who you are, somebody loves you.
for sure.
There's somebody that's gonna love you.
I'd like to
yeah,
think
I
so.
agree with you on that side. But there's somebody that's gonna love you most of the time. You know, but other people,
so.
I think the people who are like the ones who have nobody who loves them are looking so much for somebody just to love them. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of focusing on themselves and in that process finding love.
Yes, they focus on some bad achieving.
Mm.
But
yeah, that's like the tell-old story of, 22-year-old Sally, stripper, daddy didn't love her, so now she's a stripper, she got daddy problems.
nobody loved
You know
her.
what I mean? Like,
that kind
yeah.
of thing. But that's all I was saying, is that I think that people are making that kind of decisions that are like long term, and I don't think it's something so small, like because people will be over cyberbullying or over something like that, and we're like, wow, man, like, are you serious? Like, people would die to have the opportunity you have right now. Trust me.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, they are kids though. They don't know.
Not everyone.
Well, if you're like 20,
Not all of
if you're
them are kids.
24 and you're like,
he
How about
wasn't
college
just talking
students
about
too?
it. He
College
wasn't
students
just
too?
talking about kids.
Oh, this
well,
pressure
still,
in
you're
school so much.
You,
kill
like,
yourself.
you don't know the realities of living in this, like the outside world, like the work environment, like all that
College guys
shit.
go to work.
Some.
Most of them. Unless they got rich daddies.
Full
I
ride
doubt.
scholarship, just a full-time student.
Or full-time scholarship or something. I doubt it. Most of
I don't
them
know. I think for kids, No, you're not getting any crackers.
Sorry, guys. But my thing is, I forget about that. I think that's just bullshit, man.
It is, man.
If
Over
you're
16.
actively making the choice to take your life.
There's something. I think that.
I think there's something noble in it, though.
Let me pose
Because
this
if
question.
you can do that
After-
and take out the uncertainty of your own death, you know, if you could control the way you wanted to die,
I love that,
that
aspect
would be
too.
great. You know,
I never thought about it though like that. Like,
That's
you
why
controlled how you died.
I plan on killing myself at like 75. That's how I want to die now.
you
that's my
know that I
perfect way.
want.
I know how you want to. Yeah, yeah.
This
Yeah,
went down a
allegedly,
dark
allegedly,
path.
allegedly.
I did not put.
Well, maybe you should put it out there. That way nobody will get in trouble.
75.
Well, no, you can do it where you don't want to.
Yeah, because I figure at 75, and if I make it to 75, like I'm gonna have some health issues that I don't want to like really live with for any much longer.
What if you have
time.
grandkids that you can't wait to see go to high school and go graduate? and
Oh no,
stuff?
I'm gonna miss all that, but I've enjoyed the time that I've had with you. My number one way to die was always like die in a courageous like battle way, like die in battle, like a fucking
if you were
warrior's
bleeding
death.
out
But I
on
can't
the
do
floor.
that. So now I'm just like, well, when it starts getting really shitty, I'm just gonna fucking oosh and call it quits.
So if you're bleeding out on the floor, you're gonna be like, "This is the best day of my life." Just shoot.
Well, no, it wouldn't be the best day of my life, but I could like sit there and be like, hey, it's a good death. But it's like a good honorable death.
beautiful day to die, bro.
In battle, like, are you talking about like bleeding out? I'm not gonna slip my wrist when I kill myself.
No, getting shot and you're bleeding out. And you die on the battlefield.
Oh yeah, I mean that would probably suck, but I die in battle. It'd be worth it. No
I don't
regrets.
think that I would want to die like that.
I'd rather die that way than like, oh, he died peacefully in his sleep.
I thought
Oh, that's
everybody-
boring as fuck.
Yeah, but he lived a very happy, like, awesome life. Let me tell you the tales of this dude, but he died in his respectable, in his sleep and slumber.
Well, yeah.
Nobody took him out. Nobody heard him. He just fell asleep and died. That's the way I want to go to sleep. I want to, like, go to sleep and die. And everybody be like, man, dude, this dude life, he finally just fell the rest of it.
He died with 52 arrows in his chest.
You know what I'm saying?
He was a hood man.
In a way, yes,
Let me tell you the story.
I can understand your side of it too. Like, oh, dying old and peaceful, like that's legit.
Well, it's like what they say
Leave
about
back
Teddy
the legacy.
Roosevelt. They say that death came and took him in his sleep because he was too chicken to take him while he was conscious.
Teddy Roosevelt was a whole nother
Yeah.
level of fucking human being. That man was legendary.
Aldous Huxley died with a massive dose of LSD in his body.
See, I like that. If I'm like going,
He was just laying down and he had his wife dose him and he
These
never
guys
woke
and
up.
stuff.
I'm not really sure how I want to kill myself, so that kind of sounds good. Like,
Why are y'all doing
maybe I'll take a bunch of acid and just jump out of the
When I'm
plane.
75, I'm just gonna plan a suicide. Let me do it now when I'm 20.
Well, I'm really gonna plan
Well,
it out a
see,
year in advance.
my
for
real idea
family.
is
But,
to
hey, look,
have-
y'all got a year left.
See, but their minds won't be this way in about 4 years. They won't think the same.
It might be.
I don't see.
I've thought about this for a long time.
Me
My
too.
mom keeps telling me, like, no, you're gonna
We'll
change your
talk you
mind.
out of it.
I don't think so.
Whatever, you've been thinking about it,
You're
getting hit by
gonna
a car,
talk
you're like, well,
I said before, if I get cancer, I'm not getting chemo. I could get cancer tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna
Why?
ride this shit out and just die.
why?
You want to go through all that radiation
Yeah, I don't want to.
poisoning?
I don't
Yes, I
want
wanna
to.
fight and
Lose your
try.
hair and all that stuff.
I want to fight and try.
Your hair
Yeah.
might grow back a different color.
Because I'm not. I guess I'm just not afraid to die. But
I'm afraid of leaving my children.
That's a good fear.
I know that
But
I got
I'm
a
not-
great
I don't
feeling
give a
that-
fuck if I die. I'm afraid of leaving them without me.
Okay, I guess yeah. If I get cancer tomorrow, I wouldn't be like, fuck it, it's over. But if I'm like 45, 50,
What would your
60,
son do, man? Like, think about that.
He's got a good mom. He's got great grandparents. I think.
Well, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I think he would be
Yeah,
alright.
that's like that jackass dad shit. Like, think about this, bro.
Yeah,
That's like, would you leave your kid and be like, oh, well, he'll be alright. He's got a good mom and a good.
Fuck
No, you wouldn't.
No, but you
No.
can't really control those
No,
situations.
but I'm
And
saying
everyone here
that
at the
same
table
mindset.
has not had a full family at one point or another. We have all not had a full family here.
Yeah,
We all turned out great.
Yeah, but don't turn the opportunity of your kid to have that full.
Exactly, because I want
Don't base
everything I didn't have. I want my fucking kid to have. But I don't know. By 75, my kid will be grown as fuck with his own kid.
He's like
28, I don't believe my kid at 28.
He's gonna be
That'd
laying in the hospital. Pull the plug, sir. You're just here for a checkup. Pull the plug.
Let's do this. Come on, man. What are we hesitating?
Look it up. They don't block it.
Simple procedure. I saw him doing all that anatomy movie.
That'd be fucked up. Just like my grandkid pull
man.
it. I'm like, alright. Grandpa's gonna fucking put this noose around his neck. I want you to pull that lever over there, okay, Johnny?
Kick me out the window, Steve.
Okay, if I ever get in an accident on my bike and like I lose like control of my dick, don't let them resuscitate me
No,
to bring me
He's
back.
gonna be on life
If
support.
my
What do you
dick's
want
gone,
to
I'm gone for sure.
do? Pull that shit, cause he don't want it. He don't want it.
What's
Where'd he lose? Did he here?
This podcast turned into like our last will and testament video.
No.
That's
My shit would be much more thick.
No, if I died, man, I don't even want to think about that. My kids.
I've always. Well,
I think about death all the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I can't.
I know.
Part of me can't wait.
I
to
think
die.
about everything all the time, but I don't think about that. Because, man, the thing is, if you're always thinking about that, you're always thinking about, oh man, you're just stressing something.
Well, you're a life taker.
Let me put it this way: your death,
Yeah,
you cannot control, man. It's gonna happen.
You are.
That's obviously you're not gonna want to die, so you can't control that. It's an inevitable. So why are you gonna spend all this time stressing about shit you can't control and thinking about shit you're never gonna be able to change and control? It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree with that. For most
So just
people,
wake up and say, fuck man, if this is the day, I'd rather live this day to the fullest. That's why you wake up every day trying to put your best foot forward.
That's why I do it too.
And if
Yeah.
that's the day to jump off the bridge, that's the day.
No.
It's beautiful. There's a rainbow over it. Let's
This,
go for it.
you know what, this day feels like I'm a gainer off the bridge. Great time. No, I don't.
I mean, yeah. That's why I try and be so happy all the time and live my life to the fullest. Because I know that if nothing happens before 75, I know for sure I got 75 years and I'm out of here. So I want those 75 to be legit. But what
And I know people who are 75 years old, and if they left, I would be like,
I'd be fucking crushed, right?
I'd be
Yeah.
upset, dude. Like, very upset. You know, and a lot of people around here want to be here the past 75, man. You gotta think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also think about overpopulation. You don't need my bitch ass drawing Social Security for that long. We're already fucking trillions of dollars in debt.
I'm just gonna be a leech, so just burn me off already.
For sure, burn my ashes. Yeah.
There were certain like Inuit tribes that would just leave the old people to themselves and go ahead, go die in the wilderness. You're too much to handle here.
Somebody's out there hunting shit.
What if I'm 75? I just get in a cage with a bear and I'm like, let's fucking go, bitch.
Certain Asian cultures have problems.
Until he smacks you in the leg and he doesn't hit you in the face. And you're
Yeah,
like,
but I'm ready to die though. Well, they usually start eating you when you're alive anyway.
Then he just gnaws on your leg for half an hour.
No.
They start ass
first.
first. Yeah, bears start eating your ass first. Usually.
It's always good.
So you can't-
That's gonna be terrible, I think.
I think that would be pretty terrible. Be eating ass first. Like,
Can you start with my hand?
They go for
My
the
foot,
feet.
Could
maybe?
you just start with my fucking head, please?
Neck.
That's why I pick a cat, big cat over a bear any day. I get in a cage with a lion. Because that lion's going right
So
through my neck.
I wonder
It's
if that's
over.
like a bleed out type death, or that's just a vicious pain. You go into shock. And then
Oh, that's definitely.
You probably, yeah, I think you probably
That's
pass out.
definitely a bleed out.
I think you pass out from the shock and the pain.
I think it'd be something.
Your adrenaline would flush and boom.
See, I think again that would depend on the person. Like you're
Because
used
your
to
blood,
your adrenaline.
you would lose your blood so fast. You
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you would lose a lot.
You'd be very
That's the
faint.
focal point of your body.
Yeah.
Fecal. Yeah.
We still talking about the bears with fecal point.
The point of entry.
It's really bad.
So, what did you want to talk about? So, how was your weekend there? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, talk about your weekend, Mr. No Time.
drove a lot. Went to Louisiana. Gambled. Went to the bar. Got wasted.
Me too.
Had a good night.
Had a good night. Met some strange.
Yes.
Let's give him a round of applause, gentlemen.
Golf class? Golf class?
Drove a lot. Come back. And then went to the photo shoot with him. Second night, I drank a lot of wine. Peach
Photo-
and plum, like homemade
photo
wine.
shoot was
Damn.
Photo shoot was good. Met the opponent.
That's
He was a
great.
nice guy. Cool.
What made you decide to just go on this out of town trip? Missing family and shit? You just wanted to get away?
Both, because like summer's starting. I know I'm not about to be able to like do shit anymore.
Get a good vacation.
And like everyone else took off like Easter weekend, and I didn't get to do nothing really. So everything else, like the pros, you know.
It's your late vacation before you get busy. Next week.
For sure. For sure next week is busy, Vic, that's for sure. But every day is a busy day.
It's better to be
Of course.
busy than slow.
Yeah, nice to be productive.
For
shit.
sure.
'Cause if I'm not doing anything, I just feel like I can do nothing for maybe like 2 days. Then after that, I'd be like,
Start to get
I gotta
busy.
do shit.
Yeah, I get all antsy and shit.
I gotta accomplish the goal. I mean, like,
I
go to at least
some shit.
I gotta,
Let's go to Lowe's.
at least go get some groceries.
I gotta go grocery shopping, thank you.
At least go get some groceries or something. You know what I think? So how was your weekend? What'd you do?
A whole lot of fuck all. Yeah. We didn't do much. Hung around here.
Didn't do anything, huh?
No. I had most of my shit
No.
done all during the week, so.
What about you, Michael? What'd you do this weekend?
I rolled with you. Got hurt.
How was it?
It was good. I don't want to talk about it. I want to look at you. No, it's good.
Yeah.
No, it's always good rolling with Corry. I really enjoy it. His insightfulness and teaching and helping me with my position and posture and how I need to move and what I would practically try and do and how that wouldn't work practically. You know, like your thinking's wrong. You need to adjust this way. Man, you're standing all wrong for your swing. You need to change it up. You know, so it's good to have a trusted friend who's well versed in various martial arts to help me. You know,
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that.
because you've had to deal with horrible trainers before. I know you have.
Yep.
And want to just beat the crap out of you and don't teach nothing. Well, it's not a very valuable lesson at the end of the day.
True.
But at the end of the day, although I am beat up, but mostly because of my own ambition in it, trying to not give up, not tap, and people get hurt like that.
You're a little overzealous, huh?
Sometimes
But I learn more in that than I would,
losing
with
is
someone else.
learning.
Of
That's
course.
all you need to understand. Like
Just
when
gotta
you're
push
losing
yourself.
on the mat, you gotta learn what to do to not be there. And when you get tapped, man, what I do to get wrong. Think that point. Think that point. Think about how not to ever get there again. Do everything you can do, but not get there.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
I got a big problem with not shrimping out when I should shrimp out. I
Yeah.
don't do that.
But I'm just saying when you're practicing, because when you're practicing, you want to get put in those positions. You wanna get there. You want to learn how to get out of it. You want to learn how to do. Some days you go a little tougher. Some days you go really light. You get beat on, because that's part of it.
Of course.
That's that learning curve, I guess you could say.
I recognize it.
But it does teach you very well whenever you're kind of passive to see where people's holes are. Because if you're always forcing, people are always forcing. You kind of gotta let them go, and then you can tuck underneath them. You'll see it. People give you momentum. That's what jiu-jitsu is: leverage, momentum over power and speed. But right now we're using a lot of power and speed to use our transitions and use our techniques. That's just because that's what a white belt does, man.
I'm trying not to be as powerful and more just fluid in my own movement.
I'm still trying.
You
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I say we're all students, man. I'm still trying.
Yeah.
So when I tell you and teach you and show you stuff, and you're like, man, you're really great. I'm like, thank you, but at the same
You should
time,
have saw me in class, man. I got mollywop.
that's exactly. I was like, man, you should have seen this purple belt I was rolling with. He was just an animal, man. He was in great shape. He was a pretty good guy. He knew a lot of good positions and showed me good things. So that's the great
It's all
thing
about-
about wrestling and training with guys that are better than you. You learn so much from them, and most of them are not an ass and not gonna beat you to death. You know what I mean? Most
See?
of them don't.
See, people, this is a gentleman living out his dreams. It's possible for anybody. It's possible for you. It's possible for me. It's possible for you. It's possible for anyone and everyone. Just all depends on how you work on it. Take Robert Samuel, for instance. He's from New York, and he started a company called Same Old Line Dudes. Now, gentlemen, have you all heard about this?
Yeah.
Same old blind dudes.
I know you two, because we talked about it before.
Sold Inc.
Sold Inc. Yeah, Sold Inc. will wait. Basically, he'll stand in lines for you.
I heard this on the news.
Yeah, charges $25 for the first hour and $10 for each additional half hour. And in 1 week, he can make up to $1,000. He's got multiple employees. He started this after he got laid off from AT&T. He's spent 19 hours working in a job. So think about it. For the first hour, you got 19 or $25 plus the 180 for the $10 for the times 18.
Mm.
So you got like $205 for a day's work. Not bad.
Really didn't work. You stood there.
You stood there, right?
Yeah, but
You
that's.
can do whatever you
that's
want.
great.
You occupy your time. You make some fucking money. Do what you want to do. I
Mhm.
just think it's great because it motivates me and it should motivate everybody. Like, you want to do something in life, no matter how obscure or weird.
If you want to go stand in a line.
Stand in the fucking line.
Well, no, I mean that's a legitimate point. There's businesses for every type of venture you could think of, and that just happens to be this dude's niche.
Yeah.
We talked about that guy that walks humans.
Yeah.
He just you pay him to walk with you, exercise with you. He's not a personal trainer. He doesn't teach you nothing, but he walks with
He's
you.
a passage buddy.
Yeah. He's just
I won't
a
get
paid
raped
buddy.
on the trail with
You ever see those people
Yeah.
that hug
That's fair, yeah.
you? You ever see those people that hug
How do you know he won't rape you?
Yeah,
People that hug you for
for a living.
yeah, that's their job.
He makes money.
They make money hugging.
Yeah,
A
I think I
professional
heard about
hugger?
that too. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't know
Professional
if
hugger, they'll come to your house and just
I mean, make that money, like, do your thing. But like,
cuddler. They're
But that's
cuddlers.
just
professional
I
cuddlers.
don't want no fucking
Yeah.
hugs from strangers, sorry.
Can
My
you
shit
please
be
come sleep
heartfelt.
in my bed with me and just cradle me to sleep? I don't know about that. Dan, get on my backside, man.
But
Put the pillow between us.
that just goes back to my point about there's all types of ventures out there, and your point as well. People who feel like they should commit suicide because there's not someone there for them. Boom, there's a job right there. You need people who want people there. Start.
You talk to people.
I have to talk to people. Yeah. So. Do you feel lonely?
$1 billion record right there.
.com. Could be. There could be an app for that next week. You don't even know.
Right.
For sure.
But that's the great thing. Everybody's entrepreneurship. Everybody's trying to develop because they're getting on the development train. They're getting on the self-enlightenment. They're getting on the how can I make me better?
Yeah.
Self-improving.
Well,
It's like a self-improving era right now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, and some of the jobs that were around back in the day are not there anymore. So we're having to figure out new ways to make money and venture our own ways. Whether it be recording what friends are doing, whatever it may be, fighting in a cage, doing stand-up comedy, riding bikes, whatever.
My point
however
is,
you get paid.
everybody's out there trying to get it right now. Everybody I know, at least.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you're about to get a rude awakening because not everybody's about to pay your
Yes,
ways.
sir. It's
gonna
very
suck,
rude
man.
awakening.
Because you better get on your grind. You better figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that's just the way it is.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, they're gonna say that if you don't work, you don't eat.
It's very true. If you don't
And
work,
then they
you
say don't bite the fan that feeds you too. So
The hand that feeds you or the fan?
the hand,
Oh.
the
don't.
fan.
I never
Did I
recommend
say the fan?
Like the
I don't know. I wouldn't buy a fan anyway. They'd
Especially
probably
not a
sue
metal blade fan.
Yeah,
The
that's
old
right.
school ones
Jack
that we
you
used to
up.
put crayons in when we were.
Pop, 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 pop. I'm thinking about a person, a fan.
Oh.
All of a
What's-
sudden,
what's
Kanye West
that?
just bites a fan. Get out of
He
here.
probably would. He goes on rants at his concerts.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he was-
I love how
man.
he just shut down a show. Like, yo, you know what? I don't feel like I'm giving you 100%, so I'm gonna give you all your fucking money back and shut this shit down.
Who goes to a Kanye West concert?
Lots
Not
of
us.
people.
Hashtag.
And that's how we're ending this. Thanks everyone. Waxing Poetically. Episode 10 is done. Catch it on YouTube. SoundCloud. We'll be throwing up tidbits of it on Facebook. Check out us.
Hey.